Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to do my top 5 Arrow Video limited edition releases. And what I mean by limited edition is my top 5 releases from their limited edition range, where they release one movie but in a special edition kind of hard box. Can you hear that? Hard box edition. So not multiple movie releases such as maybe the Hellraiser box set, because that's a franchise release, or maybe the Romero Between Night and Dawn box set, because again that's a multiple movie release. So I'm talking about a singular movie released in a special edition, not your standard Amarais. As you can see behind, I will do a top 10 Amarais release like this later on. So these are special editions. So if that is understood, let's rock and roll. So I'm just going to do 5. I could probably do 10, but I'll be blabbering on for ages. So no honourable mentions, straight into it. So if the first one at position number 5 is, wow, this is such a great film. It's a 1976 movie, and it's a movie, the first movie adaptation, I can't say it, of Stephen King's first novel, and that is the wonderful movie Carrie, directed by Brian De Palma, starring Sissy Spacek and John Travolta in a very early role. So we all know what this movie is about, and the reason I put this at number 5 in my release is this has a lot of nostalgia for me. It was my mum's favourite horror movie. I remember, so when I first got into movies when I was a lot younger, this was one of the first horror movies I sought out, and I was actually encouraged to watch. So, you know, and it's stuck with me ever since. I mean, even the remake's not bad, but this one has a special place in my heart. So when Carrie was announced on the Arrow Video range, I was over the moon to see release. And the artwork is fantastic. It's a real solid release. I mean, it is a 4K restoration from the original negative. As with most Arrows, they're absolutely chock-a-block full. Oh, and he dropped it of extras. I mean, there's all sorts in there. And I'm not going to sit here and go through it all because I'll be here all night. But, you know, archive interviews and featurettes with Brian De Palma, the cast. PJ Souls is in this. I forget she was in this. And it's just the fact that they've taken the time to restore it, do a full 4K restoration from the original camera negative, it's just fantastic, and the picture quality is outstanding. Now, I do sometimes think that, you know, old horror movies, when they've been fully restored, and maybe some versions in 4K just look a bit too real, but this Blu-ray release is absolutely outstanding. Comes with a 60-page booklet, comes with a poster. I love it when, as you can see there, you get the Amarais case, you get poster, you get booklet. You've got the original movie art on the Amarais, so you can flip it around. New artwork here by I Can't See, so I will stop looking because I'll be here all day. But it's such a fantastic movie about a poor girl who's traumatised by bullies, and then when she learns later on, she gets invited to the prom, and then when she's at the prom, she learns she's got, well, as the story progresses, she's got telekinetic powers, and when they pull the whole stunt at the end of the prom, when she is announced fixed prom queen, you really feel for her. And this is what's so special about this movie. You really do feel for Carrie White. You have this real, just kind of like affection for her, and when it happens, you really get on board in a real over-the-top reaction of actually killing people, but you kind of just buy into it, rightly or wrongly. So, yeah, a lovely film. I've had it on so many editions, and when Arrow did it, I had to pick it up, and the fact that they did pick something quite mainstream and quite famous in the horror genre, I'm so happy they did this, and this is why it's number 5. Right, number 4 is Bernard Rose movie. You've probably guessed it straight away from that, starring the awesome Tony Todd, and it is, of course, Candyman. So Candyman, if you don't know the story, do you know what, I'm not going to tell you the story about Candyman, because most people know about the Candyman. I'm glad they just did a singular release. I'm glad they didn't put the sequels in it, although number 2 is not bad, but I think that got released on 88 films maybe. The third one's a pile of shit, but the original Candyman, I still to this day will not say Candyman in the mirror 5 times. the effects in this. I mean, I think I read something like Tony Todd wrote in his contract that he got so much money per bee sting and he got a shitload of money. The scenes in it, the hook, and it's still quite an unnerving movie to this day. Great thing about this, the Arrow edition, again, it's a restoration. So it's a brand new restoration of the US R-rated version from a 4K scan of the original negative. Brilliant. And it was supervised and approved by Bernard Rose. So that just shows that even the director has approved this. And the fact that they actually take the time to actually get approval from the director just cements the importance of it. So again, you get a booklet and poster inside, original poster art on the Amaray reverse. But you also get this 2-disc edition. You also get the original UK theatrical version. So I like the fact that you get a choice. You know, that to me, I like having different versions. When you are a real fan of a movie, well, I certainly like to have different versions, maybe a completist to get the most ultimate of editions of that movie. So this one's certainly up there. And again, the UK theatrical version, excuse me, is a brand new restoration. So featuring alternative and more graphic footage. So there we go. How can you go wrong? And there's a brand new in-depth interview with Clive Barker. So Candyman, a childhood favourite of mine, and again, one of the kind of horror main players, especially for horror icons. The fact that they released this, again, fantastic. So, coming in at, just a sec, number 3. I'm just going to get a quick drink. I won't edit this out because I don't know how to, so bear with me. Number 3 is John Carpenter's third. I say it's my third favourite movie. And it's true, but it's so hard with JC. He's got such a filmography. But anyway, it is the outstanding Thing. I think this movie has the best practical effects in any movie. Today, it is still up there. It is still harrowing. It's still fucking scary. It is still outstanding, the practical effects. This film, if anyone argues that special effects and CGI is better than practical effects, just put on The Thing and just have that smug told you so face. Because practical effects, when done right, like in this movie, will certainly, in years to come, like this is, they're just untouchable. So I think this sounds really bad. Yeah, it's a 1982 movie by John Carpenter, starring my favourite actor, and that's Kurt Russell, about an isolated team in the Arctic, and there's an alien they dig up. And it's a remake of, I forget the original guy's, Howard something. And it's just awesome. Everyone's seen The Thing. Why isn't it at number 1? Because, well, I think the other two are better. But the other two I prefer. But anyway, I'm blabbering on here now. A 4K restoration from the original negative. And I love it when they go to an original negative and restore it from there, rather than an upgrade to a previous release digital version or etc. Again, supervised and approved by the JC himself. It's just an outstanding package. Again, booklet, poster. I think all of these is, and this is why I love these limited editions of singular releases, because I love having the posters and the booklets. But it's jam-packed again. You can see there, just jam-packed of extras. It's a phenomenal release. I think this crashed their website when this was announced. They also did a steelbook at the same time. But I think when this was announced, the horror Blu-ray horror community went wild, and when I'm sure it was released for pre-order, it crashed their site. And I think since then Arrow have done a bit of upgrades to their servers and all that stuff. I'm sure that's what happened. If I'm talking shit, I'm sure someone will tell me. But it's packed with extras, so if you're a Thing fan, this is the definitive edition to own. And the new artwork on the front is outstanding. It is the third best release Arrow have done. It's a magical movie. Magical. That's something you say about a Disney film, not a Thing. But anyway, my number 2 is one of my favourite movies of all time. Like The Thing, but this one just peeps it because of just how much I adore this movie. It's as simple as that. And this was a real surprise release from Arrow, and that is the awesome Robocop. So this edition is again what I love about Arrow. you have the director's cut and you have the theatrical cut. There we go, packed full of extras, 2 discs, booklet, poster. You know, again, it's just packed. Again, sorry, a 4K restoration from the original camera negative by MGN, transferred in 2013, approved by director Paul Verhoeven. It's the director's cut is so fucking brutal, this movie, and the soundtrack is outstanding. It is just one of the best sci-fi movies of all time, and it is just. I was so pleased that Arrow released something as kind of mainstream and as popular as Robocop. You know, it sold well, but there's still, I think you can still buy this limited edition. It didn't sell out instantly. It may be due to the volume of these they manufactured, but anyway, my number 2 goes to the outstanding, fantastic Robocop. So, what do you think my number 1 is? There's quite a few left to pick from. I'm looking up at my shelf. You've got Pieces, so that's obviously not one, but there's plenty to choose from, and I think people will be surprised with my number 1, and that is Waterworld. I shit you not, Waterworld is my favourite limited edition release from Arrow Video, and why, I can imagine people are going, what the fuck, why have you put this above The Thing? I love The Thing. Is The Thing a better movie? Yes. But Waterworld is a film I watched so much as a kid when I was younger with my brother. We watched this so much. And do you know what? I fucking love Waterworld. And it's one of them movies, if you wrote the top 10 films you think Arrow should release, nobody would have put it in their list. I mean, I've done a top 5 list. And if this hadn't have been released, it wouldn't have been put in there. And the fact that they've actually gone back and... well, Arrow have actually thought, do you know what, we're going to do Waterworld. You know, it was like the most expensive film ever made at the point it was done, with Kevin Costner, and do what, you wouldn't have thought it, but wow, the fact that they did it, it's an outstanding edition. Again, booklet, poster, the poster I've actually framed, it's in my room, I'm pointing over there because that's where it is, but you get 3 disc set with this, so you get 3 cuts. You get the theatrical cut, you get the TV cut, extended edition, and then you get the Ulysses cut, I think that's how you say it, which is the president of the extended European cut. Previously censored shots and dialogue. Watching the extended version, it's quite significantly different than the theatrical, and certainly finishes a lot differently. And do you know what, I like it. I mean, the extended one, the longer of them, is 178 minutes. But you know what? It's 178 minutes of great entertainment. Like I said, is this better than The Thing? No. Is this a better movie than The Thing or Robocop? No. But to me, I adore Waterworld. It's a great fantasy science fiction movie, which, you know, I can't believe that someone like Arrow would take the time and effort, and that's what's so special about Arrow Video. They take movies and they give them the love and respect the movie fans appreciate. So to do that for something so kind of not unloved, but not as popular as lots of other releases, then I was just blown away. It was a must buy, my most anticipated release of the year it came out, and I'm going to stop blabbering on because I'm sure you're bored of listening to me talk about Waterworld. But there we go. I'm going to have look at that rear artwork. There we go. Stop going on about my favourite limited edition release Arrow have done thus far, as of 2020, depending on when you're watching this video, is the outstanding Waterworld. So there we go. 5 movies from Arrow Video. Let me know if you agree. You probably do not agree with my number 1, but hey, we've all got opinions. They're just like arseholes. Or was that elbows? Something like that. But there we go. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your top 5. It'd be cool to get some dialogue going. But there we go. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you again soon for another video. Cheers. Bye.